arrived at a nice little house in Starship in Coventry. We're going to dig over the garden, put a nice lawn down. We've just got here, we've got to negotiate getting in, put some planks down, some boards down so we don't damage the paving and the steps. I'm about ready to get started. Yeah, it's a pretty compacted piece of ground. A few weeds here and there. I think the man of the house has done a lot of the stripping off of the turf himself. Some rubble to get rid of. We've got to dig over the borders as far as we can without damaging the plants. That little one there's got to go. So we're going to get started on it. It's late in the afternoon. We've only just decided, we just got the call to come and do this job, and it's a nice little job that we can do for a day or so. So we're going to get going. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep some borders here, and I said, well, I'll turn the borders over as well. So I'm going to start with the corner over here and work my way back. And we don't know what the ground's going to be like, but we're going to explore it as we go. So here's something to look full. Doggy's on the job with us. Doggy, just make sure everything's fine. The ground looks pretty much the same. It's pretty dry and very compact, so it's going to take quite a bit of breaking out. Try and get as far behind the bushes as we can without damaging the roots. Might not mean digging so deep.
Looks like we've just got some tea. Just put some tea out. Brilliant.
Hello doggy, how are you today? Are you happy? Yeah? Yeah? Good girl. I've been in and sort of got most of the tangled briars and things out of the verges and turned it over. Can't get in too close without damaging the root structure of the established plants that the customer wants to keep. But, we're getting as close as we can. As you can see, the digger's kind of struggling a little bit, and well, it's working hard to dig this bit of ground over. This is just a regular garden. It's been a long time without being dug, and people traffic over the years have compacted it so solid that you know that the water, when it lands on it, just runs off the top and doesn't actually absorb back into the water table. So we're hoping that this nice reconditioning of the soil will provide a nice, well-established lawn that will last many years. Still a lot of work to do here. We've got to grade all this off and and level it, and then compact it with the digger, run over it with the digger and compact it. Not too tight, but tight enough so that it's not going to subside with people traffic in the future. Get the texture right so that there's no holes that have been filled in with loose soil and ground nearby that hasn't been dug, because what will happen is the ground that hasn't been dug will not compact with people traffic, and the ground that has just been filled up, that will compact and go lower. So our aim is to get the texture perfectly right, which you can't do with any other type of machine. You can only do it with this. You can't do it with a rotavator. Rotavators just penetrate the tip of the soil, that's all they do, and they break up the weeds and regerminate them again, where we totally bury them and they're not going to be seen again. So we overwork it. We do a lot more work than the average person when they're going to lay a new lawn. But the reason we do that is because we use the right machinery and have the right skills. And doggy. Just knocking the lumps off now. We've finished the actual turnover, and it looks like bomb site. What I'm doing now is I'm balancing out and redistributing the soil so that I've got enough where I want it. I'm filling in the low spots. I've got plenty of delicate soil here to be able to fill in the low spots. First barrel load of turf coming in. We've just scattered it around a little bit, graded it out while I was getting the turf right, did some work, and I've just got to get it compacted now and graded out again. Nice, really good quality turf from Moore Brothers. Just been cut fresh this morning, but drying out very rapidly. We've had 2 weeks of very hot weather. Lady of the house just brought us out some tea. That's not the lady of the house. She doesn't. She's a bit camera shy, I think. Whew. I've been working, that's why I'm out of breath. I've been regrading this, distributing it, getting a balance so we don't have to bring any more soil in, leaving the borders a little bit high, and breaking it down, breaking the ground down, and just spreading it by hand a little bit around the edges here rather than risk damage to the wall. But now, shortly, I'm going to run the tracks over this and put the weight of the whole machine on it and give it a good compaction. And if there's any soft spots or low spots, we'll go over it again and regrade it and then retrack it. Keep doing that until I'm happy that the ground texture's pretty much uniform all over, and then we can put the turf down. Probably hand finish it with a rake just to get the final little bit of ruffles on the binding for the roots to grow into. We started the compaction process, tracking the soil down, as you can see by the bit that I haven't gone over yet, how far it's going down. So when this is compacted, I'm going to have to go over it again and regrade it, and if necessary, compact it even again. So we've got to get it so that it doesn't sink after the lawn is down. So all the compaction that's going to happen, better to happen at this stage. Ryan's pulling the roots out. grade it and start getting some shape into it now. Taking the roots out where it's been rolled, grading it off again. If it needs any more tracking, we'll track it again, but if not, we'll put the plank on next time and give it a final speed. I'm giving it a bit of a grade off now with the plank. A lazy way of leveling topsoil. I'm just going to give this the final brush over now and work back, and then we're done with this machine in here. Underneath the track so we don't do any damage here, and then we'll take the machine out to the gate. We'll finish the bit off there by hand, and then we're going to get ready to lay the turf. Put loads of water on it. Oh right, you've caught me working. Wow. I'll tell you what, I'm just taking the ripples out of this now, and any loose stones that come to the surface. Got it nice and compact, nice and solid, again, but not over solid. So that it's done all the sinking it's going to do now with the weight of the digger. So we're just brushing it off loose. We're going to give it a spray of water as we're putting the turf down, and then we're going to give the turf a really good water. But, you can appreciate now what actually goes into preparing a piece of ground to do a proper lawn and get it flat. We've taken the slope out of it. It was sloping that way as well, and it was low down that end. So we've redistributed quite a lot of soil, and we've built that up to the level of the step where it was about 2 inches below. So it's all part of the service. We lay a lawn, we lay it to the best of our ability. We enjoy doing it. So maybe we'll do yours one day. Yeah, we've started laying the turf. I've finished grading it off, got all the stones out of it, and Ryan started laying a few rolls now. Oh, we're getting there. It's flipping 7:10.
Time is moving on.
Hey, you alright? How's it looking up to now?
It's looking wonderful, thank you very much.
Brilliant. Right, we're nearly done anyway, so another half an hour should do it, I reckon. And this is our client. Nice to have done work for you.
Yes, thank you very
sir.
much.
How are you with the job?
Wonderful, very pleased.
Yeah?
It's made a world of difference to my garden.
And you realise now how difficult it is to work a piece of ground like this and get a job like this?
Definitely a lot of work involved.
There is, isn't there? But it's worth it, and we like what we do, we're proud of it, and the most important thing is that we make our customer happy. So that's great, thank you very much. Appreciate your hospitality and everything while we're here.
And you've got a wonderful little dog.
Yeah, a little doggy, yes, he's our mascot.
Enjoyed having her around.
Yeah. And thanks to Ryan as well, who's the BBC cameraman at the moment. He has been filmed doing most of the work, while I've been doing the hard work of filming. But it's great, thank you very much, sir.
All the best, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.